Howdy homies, welcome back to Dummy TCG. I'm Sid, chilling out here on this beautiful day in the light, bringing you the video I've been waiting to bring to you since the last sunny day here in northern Colorado. We're going to be talking about the Light Illusionist, Miss Prism, while we're sipping on a light beer in the sunlight. It's very thematic, the whole thing, it really is. So, yeah, Prism is a hero that says you can pay 2 sauces. That's what I'm calling resources. Now I'm calling them sauces. You pay 2 sauces and banish a card from your soul to create this spectral shield token, which is an illusionist aura that says the next time you would be dealt damage, destroy spectral shield and prevent 1 of that damage. So these things stack up. She doesn't necessarily have a lot of stuff that lets you fill up her soul as much as like just the regular light cards. The Light Illusionist attacks are really, or the Light Illusionist cards are really more like attack-based cards that have Phantasm, which is basically an ability where you have huge attacks for very few sauces, but if the attacks get blocked by an action card that has 6 or more damage, then the attack basically goes away. It's like, you know, they saw through the illusion goes away. So Prism is a tough nut to crack. I think all of the heroes are really good, but Prism in particular has like some matches where it's going to be really easy to like get an advantage. Like against Bolton, I think you'll be able to race Bolton. Like Bolton is not going to want to like go all in trying to attack you and comboing out. They're going to want to race you and leave up cards to block. So it's going to be really hard for that hero to charge and do a lot of its stuff when they're playing against you. But I think like Levia is going to be a tough matchup for Prism decks, especially if you're playing against a good Levia player that's drafted a good deck. You know, Levia's attacks are going to be popping Phantasms left and right. And for that reason, I think that Prism's just kind of one of those decks where it's going to be really swingy depending on the matchups you get. I think the chain matchup is going to be pretty good. You're going to be able to pressure the chain before they can get set up, and then hopefully be able to throw them off balance, because they're not going to necessarily be able to pop your Phantasms with having big damage blocks, but they are going to have like basically unlimited resources. Not unlimited, but you're going to be like behind on resources. They're just going to be able to block with more cards out of their hand because of their heroes blood debt theme that they got going on. So common that you're definitely going to want to have for your Prism decks is going to be a Zealous Belting, because you'll be hard pressed to find many Light Illusionist attacks that aren't going to pitch to give that go again. And it's just going to be really good to put the pressure on chain decks and putting the pressure on basically all, like you really want to take like a pressure roll, I feel like, almost, and be charging your soul and maybe rely on your spectral shield ability to be able to block more than blocking from cards out of your hand. The only problem is that the charge, or well, not the charge, but the soul mechanic with Prism is a little iffy. It's not really like sticking to the game plan. So definitely be looking out for those Zealous Beltings so you can pile that damage on. And honestly, I think I gotta give like an extra kind of honorable mention shout out to the card Frontline Scout, because I think being able to look at a player's hand and be able to plan out, like pick your spots for when you get your bigger Phantasm shots in there and seeing if the coast is clear, it's gonna end up being like really good in some matchups. Like not in the Light Warrior matchup, like you could give a crap less about that matchup to have Frontline Scout, but I feel like against the Levia matchup, it's gonna be a really good role player. So yeah, that's my spiel about Prism-Light Illusionist. Very interesting hero. Doesn't look like it's going to be as tough to play as a wizard, but it does look like it definitely has some finesse to it. So let me know what you think about the Prism deck in the comments, and thanks so much for tuning in to another one. Peace.